Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men and little bitches. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about a very important subject, a very fundamental question, a question that you and I are dealing with all the time, a question which, if answered, can actually lead us out of a great many of the problems that we're currently facing. And here's the question. The question is this: if someone disagrees with you, does that mean that they are evil? And the reason why this is an important question is because within our political sphere, within our social sphere, within our civilization, the answer to this question can determine whether or not we're allowed to have free speech. Because if someone doesn't agree with you, what does that mean? Right? It has, unbelievable, inconceivable, right? It could mean that you're wrong. It could mean, I'll say that again, right? Like, I don't think people can hear it. It could mean that you are wrong. Has that ever happened before? Let me ask you this. Are you the same person that you were 20 years ago? Are you the exact same person? Do you feel the same way? Do you have the same ideas and thoughts that you had 20 years ago? Well, no, of course not, right? So you're different. Well, were you wrong back then? So how we answer this question, it matters. And what if I were to tell you that more and more people believe that if you don't agree with them, that you are evil? The word is intolerance, isn't it? Interesting how within the framework of Western civilization, freedom, individual rights, would come the idea of being so tolerant of other people and other ideas that anybody who doesn't eventually go along with the group consensus, which is whatever a fool wants, is evil. A person would have to be very intolerant to actually believe that anybody who doesn't agree with them are evil. You know, a lot of the people that in MGTOW, let us say that they feel very strongly and very passionately about some of the things that they say that they feel about. Yes, indeed. Like a ship tossed about on the ocean, like a leaf upon the wind. And when the wind blows strong, the leaf goes far. There is this tendency when a person is not a strong individual that offers skills and resources to the world to exchange for value back from the world, when they're a part of the group, when they're a part of the collective, when they're like a child being taken care of, or a woman, or someone, who's a victim and needs to be taken care of, is the idea that anybody who doesn't go along with the group consensus is in fact evil. These people that I'm referring to, they really can't go their own way. They don't want to go their own way. They don't want to find their own way. They don't want to go their own way. They want to be part of the group. And the way that they affirm to themselves and to the group that they are members of the group, card-carrying member of the party, is to enforce the conformity rules of the group, right? That makes sense, doesn't it? If you're a part of a group that says everybody has to be, on the playing field at 10 o'clock and someone's not on the playing field by 10 o'clock, then you get to say, hey, you're not being, a good part of the group. So it's not too far-fetched, this process that's going on. And understand that the further the individual is away from being able to provide value to the world and get value in exchange, the more of a conformity enforcer of the group collective rules they are going to be. And you can understand, therefore, that someone who doesn't go along with their rules is evil. And you can understand how the less capable they are, the more likely they are to have this worldview and to behave in this manner. The lowest level member of the gang is the one who is going to try to most strongly enforce the rules of the gang in order to move up within the gang. Is that where you want to be? Is that place better than being out on your own? Well, if you don't have any of the tools to be effective in the world, then yes, that place is probably better than to be on your own. Is that the place that you as a man want to work towards getting towards? See, this is really what it's all about. Or to put it to you another way, would you rather be given enough fish to eat for the day, or would you rather be taught how to fish? And if we teach you how to fish, understand you're not getting any fish today, and you might not get any tomorrow, right? So it's a little reversal, right, on that, proverb there, right? And if you're hungry enough and you're desperate enough, guess what? You just want that fish for today. I know it's hard, right? So it's like the experiment of delayed gratification, which I don't think really reveals too much about the child's, future, but apparently it does. The idea of offering the child a single marshmallow now, or if he waits 5 minutes, he can have 2 marshmallows, right? So, and if he can delay the gratification and resist the temptation, then he gets a wonderful 2 marshmallows 5 minutes later. Now, to be honest with you, that never seemed like a great payoff to me. Like if you were going to say to me, you can have 1 marshmallow now or a bag of them in 5 minutes, I'd be like, oh, okay, I will definitely put off that 1 marshmallow now. But I'm not even so interested in 2 marshmallows later. But I appreciate the principle. You can't imagine how many men I have who try to tell me what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. As if anyone or anything in the world needs to consult with them before they do what they wish to do. What a thought. Understand that this is this is the thought of the great leader, right? This is the thought of, the great communist leader. This is the thought of, the person deified, having all the power, and then everything will now work, right? Because they'll decide where everything, goes and what happens. So now everything will be perfect, right? Which is like, you might think that they're just adopting this view so that they can usurp all the power in the universe for themselves and have the moral justification to do it. You might think that, but no. That little 10-year-old is really, the most qualified to run everything in the universe and make all the decisions for everybody their whole lives. And this is the kind of egocentric development that the child just goes through. They can't, it's quite natural. And if they're in a group, imagine the hero that they want to be is a champion of the group. This is why women and feminized men, they envision this egalitarian world, which is a proto-communistic socialistic world where everybody gets taken care of and there's enough for everybody and everyone is taken care of according to their needs. And they don't appreciate what a simplistic childlike con job that is, you know what I mean, that they're adopting, this kind of like deity of equal distribution, and therefore they, occur to themselves all of the moral justification for that behavior, never realizing, hey, you can't even run a business, right? You can't even run your own life effectively. You can't even watch your diet and your exercise. You can't even maintain your career. The idea that you would have any input on anybody else is absurd. You know what I mean? It's a complete fantasy. It's insanity. And so you say to that person, I disagree with you. You have no idea what's right, what's wrong, what's going to happen, what will happen if we behave in this manner. And the evidence, the historical evidence, which bears this out, they won't even look at it. We are almost the victims of our own success. The more sheltered and efficient that our system is, as it protects these people growing up in their victim bubble and their socialistic proto-communism ideals of they just want to, make sure that everybody in the world is happy. Not accounting for the fact that the vast majority of people destroy themselves, are destructive to themselves and to their own lives, are not disciplined, do not maintain the standards and the levels of commitment to improve. And that person is going to judge me because I don't agree with them? Like, I like Donald Trump? It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know what I mean? The person doesn't know how stupid they are. The person doesn't know how uninformed they are. The lowest common denominator. Are we dragged down to that all the time? And indeed we are. Like someone's listening to this right now and saying, he's not allowed to say that. I don't know what it is. I don't understand exactly what he's saying, but he's not allowed to say that. It makes me uncomfortable. Maybe some of them are going to tell me what I am allowed to say and what I should say. Never understanding that they're discrete, free individuals. And we don't care what they do. And we don't care what they say. As long as they're not hurting anybody, we don't care. Like someone somewhere might be having a little bit of fun. We've got to shut that down. Somewhere, somebody, on the internet doesn't agree with me. What the hell's going on here? There is just a basic supremacy of the individual ego within the individual. But I'm going to leave it at that for now. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, everyone.